begin. I think I missed the slot last time. Where were we? We were trying to find the Aztec lost city. Let's be smart about this. There's some kind of bulge around there. The map just ends. I guess the algorithm have a little trouble understanding how that is to be represented. There's nothing like this up here. There's no landmarks. So the only place I could think of is this bulge. Perhaps this bulge. Perhaps even this one, because that will be more harder to represent. So let's go and see if we can find this treasure. Lots of reefs around that. Black Point. Let's go ashore again with anchor. Go inland. There's a stone head. Are there any stone heads? There are 2 stone heads. Okay. So is there another one close by? There's an abandoned shack. There! Oh, this is good. Stone head, stone head. It means that if we go down to this stone head and then head straight inland, bring up spyglass. Okay, just relax and be calm when you hunt for these places. Alright, we found it. Let's see if the Spaniards have been reconquered by the French, or they're being attacked by the Dutch. We're not having any of that. If you wanna try how a ship of the line works and handles, then get a frigate. The ship of the line behaves exactly like it. If you really would like to get one and you can't find one, you can find one that's almost as good and usually fully upgraded. That is run by Blackbeard. Talk to the governor. They're at war with everyone. This is so good news. No, I will not be dancing, I'm sorry. Oh, this is so expensive. I brought it all myself, didn't I? Repair. And go to the merchant. Try desperately to get rid of the cannons, as we do.
Yeah.
As you see, I can still just block all the attacks like this, but it will make me go back one step. So usually if you feel that, oh, there's no way I can dodge that, then it might be useful just to block it. You're still taking a little damage though, or losing a bit of advantage.
When in the lab.
"20 soldiers. Let's go capture it. I think it's time. English smuggler. We still have the English town around though. Transporting new governor, that's good. Oh, there's a village here. Let's see if we can make him go to Campeche. So we can corrupt. Oh, we're going the wrong way. As you see, you don't really need one of those giant ships to capture cities. You just need to be a little bit more opportunistic. And you don't need to spend all that time maintaining that crew either. Spanish Viceroy, talk to the governor. We are now a count. Let's not dance, we do have a wife. Still doesn't tell me very much. There's some kind of... Let's keep getting those. Welcome some guys aboard.
When in the lab.
And we're down. So we are rapidly climbing in the ranks with the Spanish. Really quick. Oh, they're also going for Campeche. Or is it Campeche? Oh, well, no. Yes, gimme. Dagger head in a lake close to west of Grand Bahama.
Arden Grimmen, shoot Darnum.
Cecil Vintage.
Dear joy in nest.
Oh, you have to go a long way, my friend. That is quite a trip. Wealthy. Oh, nothing happened. Do they need another... Is this a lost ship that needs to come in? Alright, then I will not bother with this. I will just get rid of November Fonse. No problem. Get rid of it. There was the last ship. Still silly now, but doesn't really matter. And that is a transporting troops. Still nothing. Alright, I spent enough time circling around Campeche. Let's get out of here. Instead go look for this treasure and go dancing with our wife. Grand Bahama, that is the other side of the world. I think. No, it's up here. Grand Bahama. West of Grand Bahama. Is it in Florida? Probably. That's the only lake I can find. That's good. Let's go visit our wife then. She lives in Florida. Oh, there's Blackbeard. Let's have a little word with Blackbeard and this large frigate I was talking about. See what he has to say. Him and his flaming beard. I really like that detail. He did carry those in his beards. Somehow he has less crew than I. I don't think it was because I shot someone away, but... And as we all know, Blackbeard is a proper pirate. I think he was actually partly defeated due to the cutlass. I think that he used cutlasses for his crew, but the ones that hunted them went for rapiers or something, and therefore could maintain more of the stamina for a longer fight. I wouldn't. I can't tell really. You shouldn't listen to me. It might be like that. Oh, he ducked it! You see? You see that hunk of gold? That is what happens if you leave them for the entire game. Because he keeps looting, he keeps stealing, and he keeps amassing gold. It's still going. About the third on the way. So much gold. So much gold. I don't want all these cannons. Keep the ship though. Alright, we're still counting. There's a French invasion force, that is good news. Heading for Veracruz, that's also good news. Let's recapture it when we come back. Merchant. Like so. Shipwright. Sell this bugger. Tavern had everything new to say? No. Let's top off crew up a bit. We did lose some fighting Blackbeard. Steed Bonnet is sailing near the city of Campeche. Oh, he's down there. A good thing we heard about him. Crew is happy. Happy crew. Happy life, as they say. There is Havana. Let's go get scolded by the Dutch. I think there might have been a bug that they fixed by not being able to change nationalities, and I think that is quite unfair, because that will actively getting a Spanish wife far more difficult than it was. Since in order to get a wife, you'll have to attack the Spanish. It's just the way it is. Let's go up this coast a bit then. See if we can make landfall about. If you can spot that lake. Oh, it's up there. Oh, it's really far. Yes, there is a landmark in it. Anchor here. Then walk across all of Florida. How many days does it take to go across Florida? 1. Anyone of you ever walked across Florida? Where is that lake even? Are we making any progress? Or is that the sea? No, it has to be the lake. About a week, 2 weeks to walk across Florida. Now we are getting somewhere. Let's check the map again. There's an Inca temple. I think that might be it. Particularly if there is a stone head over on this side. There is not. Oh, there is. There was a stone head. And we are walking away from it towards dead trees. So right behind those dead trees, or at least under this thing here that marks out the treasure, should be a treasure. There it is. Björn has started to look a lot like a groundskeeper at my school when I was a kid. I don't know why, but it's will we be getting a French wife? Oh, I think it is like that. I think that Florida Keys will just remain indomitable. That's sad. Let's visit the tavern, see if anyone else has a piece of a map to sell. No?
Arden Grumman. Drew Darden. Weddintar. Done in par. Imbriglicated. Listed.
Well, I even queued up some jokes about our wife changing looks, but no, she'll not. That's comforting though. This will remain the same girl, although I imagine that you'll still be getting new governors to Florida Keys anyway. I mean, they do arrive every now and then. There will be a new governor, and hence there should be a new daughter. I mean, this is obviously the current governor's daughter, so I don't know what that thing fixed, but whatever. It just makes the game a little worse. Not a big deal. It is a big deal. I am upset about this. Should be able to attack this town. I imagine that Björn is making the same frowny face as His forehead looks like a washing board. She's really concerned. What are you thinking about, darling? Oh, I'm really annoyed by the fact that even if I attack this town, it doesn't really seem to do anything. Oh, she's keeping up the suspense. Sail away. Return. So I guess instead of having wives of different nationalities now, we will instead have many wives of the same nationality. Well, if I knew this, I would have made sure that it was the town was Spanish. Since at this point in the game, I usually try to curry favor with the Spanish. So, well, know that until next time, though. I will try to make it up to you. I will be showing off if we find any Spanish daughters to dance with. I think we will dance with a average looking, a attractive and a beautiful, I think, if we find any. Good to see how they look like, at least. I think we've seen them most of the others. Mm-hmm. Alright, I keep her. We're going back and forth anyway. They are paying well for luxuries. If they really wanted to fix that issue where she changed appearances, just have her be the same girl that appears, whoever happens to be governor. I mean, you could have a Spanish governor and then use this model that walks into the game. That would be a better fix. Instead of just making the city invulnerable. Or is it that you will lose access to your wife? But there's an entire minigame for that, where you can sneak into a town even if you are not allowed in. I don't understand why they made that change. Are there any modders for this game? If I ever get a mod, I think I will get that mod where you are able to recapture the city where your wife is for different nations. Alright. I am sorry. I will stop complaining about this now, but
Churan, hostig. Oh. Sesertin post.
Wenental.
Zala.
or is she a French girl? Have they done that? And you've seen my attempts of recapturing the city. It is not happening for some reason. No, don't tell me about Havana. Tahiti to come for Bahama.
Arden Grumman. True Darden.
I don't think we're getting any coastline on this map.
Lisbon.
But isn't this the French girl? I think the...
Lito?
I mean, she does have a blue dress, and I think I've seen Dutch girls with like a orange dress with like small beads along the trimmings. Because I can't really remember what nationality she was of when we visited her and when we issued that duel.
Churan, hostig. Oh.
She is forced to give away her last This is a very, very tricky map. At least there's lots of things on it at least, but I would have preferred that we saw a bit of the coastline at least. No, we won't use it.
When in the lab.
We could get bronze cannon in Nassau. Is it worth it going there? I think we pop by Havana a bit, I think.
Winning tall. Briglicated. Pliston.
Venezuela. Charlowen.
Alright. Tavern, is there any map parts? Nope.
Venezuela.
Go west again.
Cutter it in thatch. Eh?
Oh, they get fighting though. I love the cheekiness of just taking a ship and then going straight back to sell it. Ah, let's not. We have to get somewhere as well. Let's see if we still are in... Yep, the French are at war with everyone. It's good. No, the Spanish are at war with everyone. So anything happened back in Veracruz? No, it's still a Spanish town. It's usually changed nationalities when we come there, but not this time, it seems. See if these pirates have anything to say. No.
Venezuela.
Stebanet, yeah, I remember him. Talk to the captain. You should really go harass Campeche. He's super quick on the defense, but he's so slow on attacking. So let's make use of that fact, and since he attacks so slowly, we can just chop him midway through his attack animation. So. We can fint, however. You can make a slow shot. Oh, there we go. I was going to showcase it, but I should have done that. Let's taunt him. If we work up the advantage a bit, like this. You can start by swinging low and then changing to go high, or vice versa, mid-swing, making him like that. It will eat up your advantage though. Sometimes it's the only way to go through it. If they go really defensive like the Marquis does, when he has a lot of advantage, he just stays there, stands there and waits for you to attack, and it's really hard to get. So how many troops does Campeche have? 240. We will not be getting higher without help. So let's leave those pirates to it, and then sail across the little. Since so the pirate attack was defeated, and now they have 220. Much more doable. Try to repress the urge to press attack whenever I encounter a Spanish ship. You work up a habit of doing that. Northwest of Veracruz. So it could be anywhere. But I mean, the last two have been here, so let's try it. The two deserted cabins and Inca temple close. Here's a totem. That could be this one, but I don't think it is, since we don't have any. Stonehead and Inca temple. Stonehead is closer though. That's a totem. Totem south of an Inca temple. No. Arch rock. So darling, since we last danced, what have you been doing? Oh, you know, the usual. Trudging around. Looking for all the loot. Gazers. Was there any gazers? There was a gazer there. And we are close to a dead tree. Is this it? Dead tree and gazer. If we move inland from the dead tree, do we encounter an Inca temple? Right now we're just moving south. I'm not too sure about the directions anyway. There's the ocean though. There's a temple. Temple and an arch rock. That's good news. So we should be going towards the arch rock then. Away from the temple. Like this. And there comes the stone head and let's return to ship. Or is this a part of the map that could not render properly, and is this a coastline? Could it be like that? So where would that put us? It would... Could it be up here? But we were there, we didn't see any... I don't remember that we saw anything at all, really. No landmarks or anything. If we go ashore here once more, yes, we anchor here. This is what happens when you make promises that you should try to get all the points. In order to get all the points, I have to find all the cities. Oh, there it is! I can see it! That's a relief. Took us a few months, but... Let's leave here. Head back, get some crew. Attack some smugglers. You know how it goes. If they decide to sail away, there's a big possibility that they will be getting away. No, I think they're leaving. Alright. Let's leave them to it then. Alright, I take it. If it means that it's less less of a risk of you talking about the jewelry instead of selling me pirate loot map. No longer at war with the French. Marquis. Let's dance with this Spaniard. As I promised, this would be an attractive Spaniard then. I think we can consider ourselves lucky though that the dances are the same all over the Caribbean.
Johan, what's det?
Oh, that's useful. Gran Granada, you say? That means we won't be going back here. I think we're done with the Gulf of Mexico. Because the Olmecs is really the only... The Olmecs are really the only lost city left. And since it's clearly not in the Gulf of Mexico, then we have no dealings here. Here comes the pirates. Well, don't shoot all of them. Clearly intended to shoot these guys. The escort ship that's still fighting me for some reason. The escort ships always have perfect morale. They never strike their colors. But now it's not this sudden death is no longer an escort ship. So let's attack her. You see how her rigging just went down immediately. The escort ship over there though is still firing. It can hardly move, but if she gets a broadside to us, she will shoot. We might see this actually. Oh, let's finish this, I think. Ah! Strange. Here I am trying to make sense of the pirates. How strong is Campeche? 200 soldiers. They've got a new soldier since now. I will not wait for the natives though, if that's so. Let's go see our wife. Oh, Florida Key has gotten a garrison. That must mean that they are now totally invincible. Considering how good they were at defending themselves previously. Talk to the governor.
Listen.
Cutthroat Cape. Gran Granada. Let's check the world map. Cutthroat Cape, alright, but we have a something on island called G something. It's still not enough. G, it's not Labit, it's not San Pedro, Tula, Plagno, Port Sur, Ostava. Something on an island on the north coast. I would say it's Labrit, but it's not. Oh, we found all of the treasures. We still have to find one more city, and we have to defeat 5 more pirates. And of course, gain a rank with the Spanish.
Listen.
Darling, you don't really need to pay us to dance with you. You know that a quicker way of doing this would to just, share all those maps with me at once. I could go get all the islands, all the cities, without going back here for the next map, and then I could retire. I think Björn is looking forward for retirement. I think he's starting to look worse for wear. He's been pirating a bit now. He's not young anymore. I think he can feel the many saber cuts and feel the whistling of so many bullets that missed him. I can think he can feel it in his joints when the northerlies are blowing.
Churran, Steve. Cecil.
Oh, there's a geyser. It's not a location, it's a geyser. No, we don't need them more guys. Let's talk to the governor again. We got a little estate we don't really need anymore. We're as rich as we will be. Talk to the governor. This might be the last dance with our dear wife,
Sombrita?
at least as a pirate. I imagine that there will be a lot of dancing in the Sintrolla residence once we put our cutlass to rest. After all, I think it is the dancing that these two people have in common. Although I imagine that Björn will have to learn the dances by himself. He can't rely on her just to point the way out for him all the time.
Churan? Posti? Oh. Sesertu.
Oh, but did not really give us any much more information to go on. But we know it's north of Gran Granada at least. Fix the ship, sail away, and save our game for now. Thank you all for joining us, and I will save now in slot 13, the lucky number. Bye.